live up to the storyline and act in a way that goes along with the storyline. And yeah.
Yeah, and you're fine with that,
right?
Because you see it's not you. You don't find a huge amount of fault that needs to be worked on. You just fucking, and yeah, right. This is how it's appearing. Yeah, if you get in there and have a beef with how it's appearing, that's a bigger part of how it's appearing. You know what I mean? It was really this one movie got me. There's a movie called The Matrix. Yeah, it was pretty moving when we saw it in Corte Madera the first night. So in the and then they had two others after that, and it's about this whole everyone's living in a programmed, quote unquote, reality, so to speak, and basically the person themselves are in a little tube, and their energy, their life force is being used to fuel the big main frame, like a computer generated effect. And they make the computer generated effect pretty dicey, so you want to stay in it, so to speak. Yes. Yeah. So then this guy Neo, it comes to people recognize something in him before he does, and he comes to the recognition that he's going to be the savior. Yeah. And he's going to destroy the mainframe or whatever and reinstate the humans. Yeah. And they have him in a pretty good wardrobe. He's got a long leather jacket with Ray-Bans and really nice hair and thin, and so just he wasn't a slouchy looking savior. So he was walking around and he found all these powers. He could do a lot of shit, and then he meets an appearance from the mainframe called the Architect. And I'm probably going to blow it if people are Matrix people, but so the Architect, and so he comes into this room where this Architect, let's say. What is it called? Hologram, yeah, is there. And there's all these little TVs on both walls, all of Neo in different action figure moves, he's the one. And then the Architect says, "Oh, Neo, I've been waiting to meet you. You're the one, aren't you?" Yeah, he says, "Well, you're the seventh one that we've had in this fucking programming. The first one, we figured it out quickly and it morphed into the part of the whole system. So thank you, number 7. And he's like, you can see Neo was a little bummed out. What? Oh yeah, we've tons of saviors. Nothing changes. Number 7, let's go. Flew his whole story. You'll have those days. You will. You'll see something. You have assumed some importance that gets stripped away, maybe in a flash, and you're left as the emperor with no clothes. You see the bogusness of it. It's not meant to be covering up your parts. It's meant to just stand there exposed. Let it see what it tells you. And maybe that which you're withholding because you're not good enough and better and shit like that, you'll now be available to life's deliveries. Yeah. Maybe against your own belief, you're going to be loved quite a lot. A lot of things can happen. And after a while, you get in the habit of giving up the old ideas and taking in the new experience. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. So I don't like the idea of going off into the two-ness and all right, desire, aversion, what to do when you're in a desire. Go before, because this false oneness is the setting for all the two-ness, because the false oneness is two-ness. It's subject-objectness. It's saying you're a long-lasting, independent, separate thing, a one unit, but you're of two-ness. You are of two-ness, giving the meaning to all two-ness. You're not one being imposed by a meaning of two-ness. You're not. You're nothing. You're beyond comprehension. Yeah. And when we're looking through this subject-object, we see everything in a dualistic bent. Yeah. If you try to change that without changing this, it's pointless. And when you see that this is the cause of it, you have no interest in changing it because you see it's pointless. And you just realize, all right, my eyes are great, but these are the glasses I see through. and there's no big arguments. Yeah. Well, wouldn't you take them off? Well, who's taking them off? You know, yeah, not going to kill you. Undifferentiated light is the nature of light. No matter how differentiated it appears, it's undifferentiated. That's the point. Yeah. So, yes. Anyone? Any other questions?
Yeah. Mark, go ahead.